Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. I just thought I would do a little video today. I got some odds and end videos that I've got that I can't really put together and make one episode with a common subject matter or genre or anything. I got like two here, just some little stuff. So I'm going to add these as one video, and we're going to call this a mixed bag of cool stuff. So I got some cool things recently. I showed this recently in another video, the Randolph Scott Roundup Volume 1. Really good, recommend that. But it kind of goes with this. This is a Randolph Scott Western that I got recently called Belle of the Yukon. And I got that since I made that video. And it's a 1944 movie. It's one of his better later westerns coming out of the 30s, because he made some up until like the late 30s. He had made these like not so great, or at least there's not great prints of those around to see how good they were. But this period of starting in 44. So it's one of these movies, I've really kind of forgot about this doing my other video, because I didn't go back that far. I just went to like 46. So this was in 44, so I've never seen this, and I'm curious. I'm wanting to watch this soon, so I can't wait to watch that. Belle of the Yukon. Now I got some movies. I guess I could have put these as a video, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in this video. These are some pretty cool movies made in the 90s and right on the cusp of 2000, or right on the 2000 mark. And in 2000, the year 2000, this movie came out called Gladiator. Super cool movie. I watched this again the other day. I had a DVD copy for the longest time, and it was the deluxe DVD copy. And I watched it for years and watched it. So I upgraded to have the better soundtrack and stuff. So really cool movie. Watched the director's cut, 171-minute director's cut. So good. It really stands up 20 years later. I can't believe it's been 20 years since it came out. But great movie. Ridley Scott. Such a great movie. Also, I got a double pack here of two movies from John Woo and Brian De Palma. I thought this was a good way to get both of these movies that I didn't have in my collection already. Snake Eyes being a Brian De Palma movie that came out, I believe, in '96, and Face Off came out in '95, directed by John Woo. And two great movies, two real innovative-ish 90s action movies that, went a little bit further, and them coming up on being about 25 years old now, they still really stand up good. And so I'm just still collecting movies, getting all the Brian De Palma movies a little bit one at a time. But so this is my Snake Eyes. I'm going to add to my collection of Brian De Palma, and Face Off, John Woo. So yeah, good movie, good movies, and probably some of the highlights of the 90s as far as action movies and, big name directors, innovative auteur directors making big budgeted Hollywood movies in the 90s, which they still kept some of their flair and creativity, and they came out with some good movies. I'm not trying to sound all snobbish and everything. Next up is a really interesting movie from Oliver Stone in 1994. And this is a Warner Brothers Diamond Lux edition, which is really weird. I got this from a Dollar General store brand new. It's just really, it's kind of heavy. It's basically like a plastic type stuff. It's like a little slipcase. It's got 2 discs, special features, and the movie, and it's got a lot of new additions added to this. I believe this was it has the theatrical and director's cut on here, and this was 20th anniversary edition, if you can see there. And I think I had this on DVD a long time ago, like when I first got some DVDs, like, and got one. And this movie, I've always had to come back to it because I think what Oliver Stone was doing, it's the hyperness of it, the hyper realism, the darkness that's in it, the, MTV, reality TV influence onto it. Really interesting. I guess I wanted more from the movie, so I'm going to watch it again and try to get into it. I think '94 was a kind of a watershed year for independent cinema. It was the year that Quentin Tarantino would release Pulp Fiction and pretty much revolutionize Hollywood for the next decade or so. And maybe he was trying to do his Quentin Tarantino, like, I'm relevant, I'm fresh, I'm this and stuff. I've never really been a fan of Oliver Stone's movies. I guess just because he does so much political stuff, biographies. I mean, he's done a few movies that I like. I think the J. Edgar Hoover movie, I like that one that he did. Of course, Platoon and stuff like that, but he's got so much other stuff. Salvador is really good, one of his first movies. But yeah, I'm going to give this another spin. This was interesting. I had to pick it up. I wish I could describe exactly what this is. It's strange. I have the Gremlins also like this. And so, anyways, thought that was cool. Next up, I got a couple of sets here. Now, these are 4 movies. This is from the 4 film favorites from Warner Brothers Urban Action Collection. Now, this have some movies by Jim Kelly, who was kind of a karate. He was kind of like kind of the black Bruce Lee back in the early to mid '70s, where he did movies like Black Belt Jones, which is a really good movie. It's got a cool cast in it. Scatman Crothers is in it. A couple of these movies on here are just kind of silly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I watched. What was it? Hot Potato. Hot Potato was just kind of dumb. I'm sorry. It just, I don't know. It was just, I felt dumb watching it. But Black Belt Jones, really good. I would put that up here with the good black exploitation movies of the '70s, like with the Coffees and Foxy Browns. Pretty good action movie. There's also Black Samson and 3 the Hard Way. Now, 3 the Hard Way, I bought this set for that because I saw they did a Western type send up with the 3 guys in there. You got Jim Brown, Jim Kelly, and Fred Williamson show up together and stuff, and this is kind of they're teaming up to rid the town of a kingpin or drugs and drug dealers and one of those kind of movies. But they make a great trio and they make a cool team. It's a cool movie. Directed by Gordon Parks Jr. So he did I believe he did the Shaft movies, which were really good. So I kind of got this for Black Belt Jones and 3 the Hard Way. The other 2 are just minor movies put in there. Black Samson, which is he kind of walks around with a lion and stuff. It's kind of like, okay. I mean, it's from the '70s, so who knows. But altogether, got this set for those 2 movies. So can't wait to watch 3 the Hard Way. Next up is a really super cool set that I also found at another Dollar General store. I stopped off in Louisville for a doctor's appointment. I went in there and found this, and it was odd. It was $20, but it's got all of this stuff in this: bombs, babes, blockbusters. The films from Cannon Films. Cannon Films in the '80s was they were turning out all kinds of cool action movies one after another. When I was a little kid, all the Chuck Norris movies, some of the Sylvester Stallone movies and stuff on here. The big thing that really I got this movie for is the great documentary that's included in this. Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films. Came out in 2014. I think I saw it on Netflix. It's a great documentary talking about Canon Films, how it got started, its creators, gosh, I can't think of their names, but the producers that are behind a lot of these movies, which is super cool documentary. So I didn't have any of these on DVD or Blu-ray except for the Delta Force, but it's on here. But yeah, it's got a cool lineup of Canon Film action flicks from the 80s. It's got Missing in Action, Invasion USA, both of those Chuck Norris. It's got Cobra, the Sylvester Stallone. Haven't seen that since forever. It's got the crazy Masters of the Universe, the He-Man movie that came out in 1987, which I was pretty disappointed in because I know I wasn't a big He-Man fan, but I was still interested in this movie when it came out. I think I was about 11, but it was just too cheesy for me, and you can tell maybe if a bigger studio would have put it out, it would have been a little bit better or something, but for special effects at that time, so it's worth to see again. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man and Frank Langella as Skeletor. It's also got another Sylvester Stallone movie, Over the Top, where he's the semi-driving arm wrestler, which is, you gotta love that. You just gotta love the cheese factor in that, and a good movie for that, and I'm gonna rewatch that for that. It's got one of Jean-Claude Van Damme's first movies that really put him on the map in 1988 with Bloodsport, where he's a kickboxer. He's like the first Westerner to win this all Hong Kong sport thing, so it's kind of like the Karate Kid kind of concept of coming from nowhere to win everything. So, but it's also got a Chuck Norris movie I never saw from 1991 called The Hitman. That's on here, and also one from '94 called Hellbound. Now I've never seen either one of those, so it's kind of interesting. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's a super cool package. It's got this cool slipcase, and it's just got them all in there and stuff. But such a cool cover. I mean, gotta love that. It's got the old Canon logo right there. So it's pretty neat. Warner Brothers put this out. So yeah, there's just a mixture of some stuff that I've gotten over the past month or so. And I'm going to dive into some of those. I guess they didn't really fit into my other videos that I've been wanting to do that I'm working on right now, so I just want to put them together as a extra little video. So there you go, guys. Just sitting here on a rainy afternoon, thinking about putting one of those in, watching it and stuff. Thought I'd make a little video for you guys. So yeah, just keep watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. And I may bring some of these movies back out to talk about them a little bit more in detail with other things. I might do a bigger Brian De Palma video at some time and reincorporate that into the video. So, but subscribe, hit like if you enjoyed this, and comment. And I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna watch a good movie right now, and see you later.